Everyone, welcome to this class. We're looking at further examples on compound interest. The first example on this side reads, a man wants to have 30,000 shillings in 8 years. How much money must he invest now if the rate of interest is 7.5 per annum compound interest? So what we are being asked to get is how much money. Basically, that one tells you that we are supposed to get the principal, but we can extract the information from this particular question. We can be able to identify that a man wants to have 30,000, meaning that the amount, which is A, amount is equals to 30,000. Amount is 30,000. We have also been told that we are supposed to have this money after 8 years, meaning our N is equals to 8. Then we have also been told that we are supposed to get how much money must we invest if you want to get this one in at the rate of 7.5, meaning the rate. We also know the rate is equal to 7.5 per annum. So we have the amount, we have the N, and we have the rate. So the next thing you shall take is to write the compound interest formula. The compound interest formula is written as A is equals to P into 1 plus R all over 100 raised to power N. That is the compound interest formula. And remember, our intention is to get P. That tells you that we can substitute in this formula, so that now our amount 30,000 will be equal to P. We don't have P into 1 plus the rate is 7.5 all over 100 raised to power N. Remember, our N is 8. Our N is 8. Once we do this, we can simplify and we write 30,000 is equals to P into 1. Remember, if you sum up this, you will get 1.075 raised to power 8 as your answer. Then if you do this calculation, remember, you will take 1.075 raised to power 8. You will get it as 30,000. 30,000 is equals to 1.7835 That is what you will get. If you divide both sides, then P will be equal to 30,000. 30,000 divided by 1.7835, so that you can now be able to get the amount of money. That is 30,000. 30,000 divided by that answer, you will get your answers 16,000. You will get your answer 16,821. 821. That is the amount of money that you need to invest as the principal. So our principal becomes 16,821 that you need to invest. That one now takes us to the next example, which is example 2, where we say find the rate per annum at which a certain amount of money doubles after being invested for 5 years. After this money is invested for 5 years, this is 4. After this money has been invested for 5 years, compounded annually. Remember, the question says find the rate per annum. We are being asked to get the rate at which a certain amount of money is doubles. So what we will do is we will say our principal should be equal to P amount. Remember, we are being told the money will double, meaning what you invest at the end of the day needs to be doubled. So meaning the amount of money you will be talking about is 2P. We have also been given the period n is equals to 8. That is what we have been given, and we are being asked to get the rate. We are being asked to get the rate. So you will write the formula for amount. We know amount is equals to 1. Amount is equals to P into 1 plus R all over 100 raised to N. That is what we have, and our intention is to get R. So what you will do is you can replace what we have. Remember, we have said let the principal be P and amount be 2P, because the amount of money is going to double. So that we can have 2P is our amount is equals to P, which is the principal, into 1 plus R all over 100 raised to N. Remember, we have been told our N is equal to 5. Sorry, this one is 5 years. Our N is 5. Our N there is 5. Remember, if you cancel, this P and this P will cancel. And then we need to get R, meaning we need to remove this 5. And if you want to remove a power, you take the root of that power on both sides. Huh? So it means we will take the 5th root on both sides. Huh? So what I've said is, if you take the 5th root on both sides, you will have such an expression. So this power will disappear. Just like if you are given x squared is equal to 3, just like if you are given x squared is equal to maybe 9, x will be equal to the square root of 9. Meaning, you are taking the square root on both sides. Then this x, of course, the power will disappear. That is basically what we are doing. So if you take the 5th root, of this from your calculator, you will get it as if you take the 5th root from your calculator of 2, you will get it as 1.149 is equals to 1 plus R over 100. R over 100. Remember, you can bring 1 to the other side. If you bring this one to the other side, it will be, you will minus. If you minus, you will get it as 0.149 is equal to R over 100. R over 100. So if you multiply both sides by 100, therefore our R will be equal to 14.9%. 14.9% will be the answer. If you multiply both sides by 100, you will get your rate as 14.9%. We go to the next example. We will move to the next example, which is find the accumulated amount if 20,000 is deposited for 3 1/3 years at 10% per annum. Whenever you are given a year which is having part of it is a whole number and part of it is a fraction, you will just deal with the whole number using the formula first. The remaining fraction, you deal with it using the simple interest formula. So we are going to apply two formulas here. I've said we shall use the compound interest formula for the whole number, and then we shall use the simple interest formula for the fraction part of it. So this means we will extract the information we have, find the accumulated amount if we are being asked to get the amount and we have been given the principal. The principal is 20,000. We have also been told our N is equal to 3 1/3. We have also been given the rate to be 10%, of course, per annum. So the first thing we shall write, we will take the compound interest formula. A is equals to P into 1 plus R all over 100 raised to N. So our amount will be equal to, remember, we are doing it for 3 years first. And then the remaining fraction, we shall deal with it using using simple interest. So we are saying we will be having 20,000 into 1 plus R. Remember, our R is remember our R is 10%, all over 100 raised to 3. We are not going to write the third part of it because we shall deal with it later on. This will be the same as if you deal with this one using your calculator. If you deal this one using your calculator, you will get 26,620 as the figure that you will get out of that, which is actually 1.1. If you divide that, you will get 1.1 raised to 3, which gives you 1.331 times 20,000. Of course, it gives you 26,620. That is the amount of money after 3 years. Now, we want to get the amount of money that will accumulate for a third year, for a third of that year. So it means we will use simple interest. Remember, we know interest is equal to principal times rate times rate over 100 times time. That is what we will be using. Then this one becomes, the principal becomes 26,620 times the rate, which is 10% of 100 times a third of that year. So if you do this, if you do that, you will be able to get 26 times 10 over 100 times a third. So this one gives you 887.33 887.33 as your value, as the simple interest. Remember now the amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Principal plus interest. This one will be equal to 26,620 plus 887.33. That is the sum. If you add this, you will get 27,507.33. 27,507.33 as the amount of money that you are going to get at the end of 3 1/3